buoyancy of sport, trophies won, these two clubs have cornered the market. Between them, they've won 6 in as many months. Never mind the Office of Fair Trading, this is definitely one for the Monopolies Commission. For this 123rd league meeting of the Brethrens of the King's Road and the Holloway Road, Chelsea give a Premiership debut to Brian Laudrup, bringing the number of different nationalities in their starting lineup to 6. It would have been 7 had Spanish defender Albert Ferrer not been injured in training yesterday. Bernard Lombourd is preferred to Dan Petrescu at right back. Wise is suspended, and Leboeuf and Desailly come face-to-face with their World Cup winning colleagues Vieira and Petit, the cornerstones of a full-strength Arsenal team. Adams and Seaman are back from inauspicious England duty. These sides met 4 times last season. Arsenal won 3 of those, during which there were 26 yellow cards and 2 red. Arsene Wenger's dislike of London derbies is well known, but history shows that in the Premiership at least he's only ever lost 1, and that was to Wimbledon. First free kick has been given to Arsenal. And Ray Parlour, who was in the England squad but didn't make the team, tumbled by Babayaro. Ray Parlour. Babayaro didn't get to him at all that time. Now it's down to Lasso to get there, which he does at the expense of a corner. It's a good surging break by Parlour. Babayaro was a little wary, having tangled with him once already. Parlour is now inside the penalty area, one of 6 Arsenal players for Petit's kick. And that seemed to come off a Chelsea defender. It's behind for a corner. De Hoy managed to repel it. And it was a deflection that would have taken it inside the post. Petit does whip those in well. Petit again. Powerfully headed out. For this London derby, the referee comes from Barnsley. Di Matteo. Zola. Laudrup begins a run just ahead of him. Now it's Babayaro. Zola. And away one up! Well, that would have been a wonderful goal, and as it was a terrific save by Seaman. Made a lot of ground. And anyone that dares suggest that Zola is past his best had better watch this time and again. Well watched by the England goalkeeper. But the threat is still there from the corner. Lombourd! Well, who was supposed to be picking him up? Look at the space that he was afforded. What, 10 yards out? But the quality of the strike from Zola was breathtaking. Unerringly accurate, and it would have gone in. 3 Italians on the pitch and 1 significantly on the bench. Dixon. Eyes of tight as Babayaro approached. And then an incident after the ball had gone involving Dixon and Lasso. The referee is reaching for his pocket. The ball had long since gone. Yellow card for Lee Dixon. And Graham Lasso still hasn't calmed down, and he's got a yellow as well. Plenty for Arsene Wenger to chew on. Babayaro. Zola. 2 ahead of him. Ran into Petit. hoped for a free kick and didn't get one. And now it's Anelka on the break for Arsenal. Still Anelka. Good indication of how his stock and confidence have risen over the past 12 months. Not the sort of thing he'd even have attempted this time last season. But now a young man of poise and confidence and threat. Keown asking Seaman to come out. Strange ball by Lasso. So time is almost up in this first half. Adams. The half-time whistle brings to a close a period of play in which chances have been few and far between. Perhaps the best moment, Zola's wonderful shot tipped away by David Seaman. But at half-time in a well-contested London derby, it remains goalless. Hasn't been a goalless draw between these London rivals in the last 19 meetings, which suggests on the one hand that there just could be today by the law of averages, but on the other hand, why should we be the unlucky ones? This is Winterburn for Arsenal, who are now playing from right to left, and Chelsea will feel that they had a slight edge on opportunities in the first period, even if Nicola Anelka should really have done rather better with perhaps the best opportunity of all for Arsenal. Keown. Now Parla. There's an expectation of a whistle that didn't arrive. This is Desailly. Leboeuf. Oh, Seaman getting in an awful tangle. Untypical of England's number one. And in all honesty, he's not going through the very peak of form just at the moment. Nail-biting business being a manager. Babayaro. Lasso. 3 inside the box for Chelsea. Petit is in trouble. I think it's also anger at the manner of the challenge from Lasso. Not just the physical pain. There. The left boot followed through. A harsh assessment of that would be a stamp. A more charitable one would say that it was merely accidental. And only Graham Lasso knows. Damage seems to have been done to the ear. And that must be very painful. Gary Lewin is the man who's rebuilt Emmanuel Petit's ear. Zola. Lasso has Kazaragi and Poyet inside the penalty area. And that was a roughhouse challenge from Lee Dixon, who's been booked already. And referee Lodge produces a second yellow. And then the red for Lee Dixon. And there is no need for Dixon's response. No need at all to continue the argument. And for the fourth time in the last 5 meetings between these sides here at Stamford Bridge, one of the sides has had a player sent off, and Dixon can have few arguments. Arsenal are forced into making a tactical change. Remy Gard has come on, presumably to play at right back. And they've had to sacrifice Mark Overmars. What of the free kick? Lasso. Uncertain punch from Seaman. On board. Uncertain volley. Offside against Anelka. Arsene Wenger has much of which to be proud, but his team's disciplinary record is not one of those things. Di Matteo. Seem to be running nowhere, but this is Kazaragi. Oh, seemed to be taken down by Vieira. Nothing given, though. Well, the initial reaction was penalty as Kazaragi went down, but not in the mind of Stephen Lodge. There was the ball, and there was contact, or so it seemed. Arsenal have got away with it, certainly from that angle. Bergkamp. First time, oh, De Hoy was well off balance and did well to repel the ball in the end. It's been put out of play by Gard. But De Hoy is a Dutch international teammate of Bergkamp and knows to expect the unexpected. He didn't and nearly paid the price. Lucky chap. Petrescu, Flo. Into the chest of Parla. Desai. Again, the outlet is Lasso. Once more, there are umpteen players queuing up. Appeals for handball against Keown. The referee's view of it was clear enough. And there was probably a bruise on Keown's temple. Flo. Desai miskicked. One of the few uncertain things he's done all evening. Babayaro. Petrescu. Leboeuf is forward. Seaman came with a punch. Now has to retreat. It's Lasso. Almost there. Ray. Petit. Parla. Leboeuf's the defender. And it was a telling piece of defence. In the 4th minute now of time added on. Babayaro. Possibly Chelsea's final opportunity. Well, this will be from the corner. Di Matteo has raced across to take it. And nearly everyone is up for Chelsea. Dewberry. Now, do they have time to take a further corner? We've virtually had the 4 minutes of advertised stoppage time. Very definitely a last chance. And the header from Poyet. It was a good chance. And it was probably the last chance. Surely now is it. been saying that for about 3 minutes. Ray. At long last, the final whistle does go. Chelsea still to record a victory in the Premiership this season. Pierluigi Casaraghi came closer than most for them and might well have had a second-half penalty. This battle between SW6 and N5 has ended level at 0-0. You defend well with 10 men.
Yes, we are used to it.
Too used to it?
Yes, of course, too used to it, because it's you're always in a situation where you're happy to get a point, and nobody knows what would have happened if we stayed at 11 with 11 players. But I think we defended very well tonight, all over the game. Yes.
I think we kept our shape. We had patience, so we created a few chances. But yeah, again, I think they had a bit of luck, but this is something you need to have if you want to be the best team in England. And also, we were a little bit unlucky. We had a few controversial decisions, and we could have had a penalty, but the referee didn't see it. So
I think the second yellow card was very unlucky, because he played. You could see that he went for the ball and was a little bit late and was caught. So it could be a yellow card, but I don't think that you can make a big reproach, because it's just he wanted to play and go for the ball.
There had been an incident just prior to that when Graham Lasso had stood on Manu Petit.
Yes.
Do you think that Dixon was a little fired up after that?
I don't know. I should see the tackle again on TV, because from the bench, unfortunately, you don't see sometimes these kind of things. But I've heard that it was a bad tackle, and I must see it again. I hope it was not on purpose, but I think it was a bad tackle, and maybe he was a little bit upset. Yes. But I don't think that at the moment where he made the second tackle, it was to take a revenge. No.
No, a bit disappointing. Neither of those teams have got cracking yet, have they? Do you think a few World Cup hangovers or something?
Yeah, most definitely. Long, hard English season last season. Both teams successful in their own right. Go to the World Cup, play in the World Cup, come back, difficult to get going again. But both teams will be all right. So much talent and ability on either side, at 0-0 written all over it.
Not for the first time when these two teams meet. It was a bit tetchy.
Got a history, this fixture, and the referee has got a hard job in this particular match. I thought in the major decisions, you got one right and one wrong. I don't think Lee Dixon can have any problem about his sending off. He has a kick at Lasso there. And as soon as he gets the yellow card, then got to stay on his feet. Lasso goes past him, dives in, no contact with the ball. Got to be a red card. But the second incident, I think the referee gets it wrong. It's Vieira and Casaraghi. From that angle, you can't tell if there's contact or not. But from this angle, I think there's definite contact. And for me, definitely a penalty.
Okay, thanks very much. Back on top of the table tonight on goal difference from Aston Villa. Wimbledon's dramatic comeback at West Ham moves them into 4th. Arsenal are 5th after their 3rd successive 0-0 draw. At the other end, Southampton have played 4, lost 4. Their next game is away at second bottom Newcastle, a 6-pointer even at this early stage. And Chelsea are still looking for their first win, but of course they do have that one game in hand.